Hello Pisces, and welcome back to the Astroflower for your energy messages and tarot reading here, going from the 25th of May through to the 3rd of June, something like that. Yes, if you haven't seen the messages from energy on our channel, it was all about communication, but it was all about sort of like bracing for an impact of earth energy that's coming through from that coronal hole. So we've seen the earthquakes tick up in the earth at the moment. That is that earth energy coming through. So we're going to be looking at, and this is what we went into on the messages from energy, we're going to be looking at earth and air combinations at the moment this week here. We're also going to be, this is a new sort of format in a way to the Astroflower. We're going to be looking at your chakra sequencing as well, and also getting messages from the energy. Then we'll look at the elements within your Astroflower, followed up by a tarot reading. So in the meantime, if you let's get into the chakra sequencing and connecting to the messages. I'm fortunate enough to be in a property at the moment where we have a ley line that I'm sitting on at the moment. It runs straight through here. Female energy, really beautiful energy coming through. So let's just connect to that and see what's going on with that energy. If you have problems finding your point zero energy, we do have a video on that on our channel, so please do go and see that. There we go, there's the connection of that energy. Here we go for the sequencing. Okay, so there is the crown and the root. Now, the crown chakra is, it's like you're trying, it seems like you're sacrificing your happiness for the happiness of others, which is very nice, which is lovely, Pisces. But at the same time, that doesn't work eternally. Everybody has to find happiness, or else that ends up there's happiness for no one. And I feel like that you may be worrying a little bit, and it could be worried about your financial side in order to sort of see what, which has effects on your relationship side of life. And it seems to be that sort of way. Certainly not overthinking things here, Pisces. Keeping it simple, keeping it straightforward. Be that fish that just sort of follows the flow, as it were. So it doesn't sit sideways to the flow of the river. It sits straight forward to it, so it can find its way through and doesn't get sort of bamboozled by the world around you. That's what it's feeling coming out there. You now got the solar plexus that's coming through. The solar plexus is about doing rather than saying, and this is about taking those fundamental steps forward to and having the building confidence and courage within yourself to actually live what you're supposed to be living. It plays a little bit down into the sacrum as well now. And in the sacrum, here we find those fundamental desires. And this could well be that earth energy that's coming in at the moment, which is asking everybody to actually enact in life, rather than saying. It's a case of doing. And it's a case of doing according to your fundamental desires in life. And this could be on your financial side as much as on your relationship side. All of a sudden, it's certainly playing a lot more on the playing side of life, the emotional side of life, the relationships or spiritual side of life. I think there's possibility that needs to be brought back into balance within your life at the moment. So you're not just sacrificing yourself for nothing. You're creating something that's going to bring not only benefits to you, but for everybody that is around you. But here is, I think, is where you do need to have and bring that balance back into your life. Energy is trying to help you do that. We can feel it on every single chakra that's going through there. So we've been through the fundamentals of that. It's now coming up to the third eye. And every sign seems to be getting this with a heavy third eye. You don't want to make your thinking, internal thinking, heavy here. You need to keep it as light as a feather. And you're very good at that when you apply it. sometimes you can get lost down the rabbit hole, and that's when the heavy thinkings and sort of like spiral you out of control, as it were. But here, I think once you sort of like keep it very clean and clear in regards to your joy and happiness that can be had in life, so you don't get in your own way, you'll sort of, you get out of your own way, so you allow your soul or your spirit to actually take some good strides going forward. Now we get the throat chakra, and this I think is very particular to water signs at the moment, of saying less means you're saying more. That's the sort of thing that comes out of it, certainly within the throat chakra. And it's like when you say something, it's got to have weight rather than just filling the void, as it were. So I'd be very attentive about the sort of communication side of life, of how you engage your communication. As I said, less is more. You're going to be a lot more poignant, a lot more precise, and have a lot more weight within what you're trying to say in the world. This will give you a lot more definition about your manifestation skills, allow you to actually be precise about what you're going after. Therefore, energy can then be precise in return and bringing those results into you or into your life. But there is still this sort of balance between play and work. I think it's a case of working smarter rather than working harder, and it's playing smarter rather than playing harder. It's that sort of thing. It's not a case of just bringing things up another level and another level, because eventually it will just burst. And it's more of a case of finding the balance point and the harmony between the both sides. I think is really important for you. So it's moving away now from the throat chakra. It's still within that third eye. So when you say things, they're said. Don't think about, oh, maybe I should have said that, maybe I should have said this. That will cause confusion for you. It will it will create confusion for what you're trying to manifest as well. So, coming back to that precision, and what is said. And this is, you can start recognizing the weight of your words, because they are part of the magical formula of manifestation, the weight of your words and how they affect your life. Okay, we come back down to the sacrum, and the sacrum and the third eye and throat chakra, because third eye and throat chakra are the same chakra, they play in tandem together, and it's all about sort of expressing your fundamental desires about going forward more than anything else. And that will allow your solar plexus to really step into the joy of creating more than anything else. Okay? And then we come back to the crown and the root, and it comes back to a very straightforward sort of thing. So the chakra you need to be very attentive of is the third eye, and overthinking things, being very precise in your communication through your throat chakra, allowing your heart to really enjoy life and allowing things to happen and bring that balance back into your life, but actually doing and concentrating on those fundamental desires within your sacrum and within your solar plexus, which will allow your root and your crown, your reason d'etre, to be very in line with who you are. Okay, let's just see what's going on with, there's another thing that comes through here. Okay, this is probably into the message. Let's just connect to that energy again, find our point 0. Okay, there we go. We got that point 0. Now let's just get the messages from energy. Don't bite off more than you can chew. Okay, and I think this is also being a little bit more sort of precise. I think this is also bringing into accountability the balance between work and play that you're installing in your life. So the energy here is sort of saying, don't bite off more than you can chew. I think it's also sort of saying, go for quality rather than quantity. If you eat a little piece of the most amazing chocolate cake, you're going to be much more content, I think, at the moment, than having a massive piece of an okay chocolate cake. Do you know what I mean? It's going to be, I think that's what energy is trying to sort of say to you here. Within the precision and so forth, quality is so much better than quantity about it all. Okay, so thanking you very much, energy. Right, let's just go and see what's happening on your your flower. And as I said earlier on, we're going to be looking at earth and air energies within your flower. Okay, so first thing you'll notice here that obviously you are a pure water sign. You have this water that goes all the way around you. There's only 4 pure signs: Pisces, your good self; Aries, Virgo, and Libra. And so you have this pure water that goes all the way around you. And this is how you sort of being, through your emotions, being stable and consistency will help you to manifest the things that you so wish within the world that is around you. But we're looking at the air and earth combinations, and the only air that you do have is coming through this section here. So this is on your financial side. This is how you instigate what you do in the here and now to develop your future, which is in this section here. And you have that fixed air that comes through from your neighbor Aquarius. Aquarius is, they've got a very fine religious bent to them, a very nice religious bent to them. So I think you need to, it's almost like you need to create your own religion about yourself in a way, in the way in which you do things. And this is going to ask for clear thinking. That's that air energy, clear thinking with a combination with the communication, which will play very, very well for you. And it does come down onto your relationship side here for your future. So I think if you're clear with the outside world in the physical sense, it allows you to give clarity and purpose for the future in your relationship side as well. You do have this fixed earth that comes through here from Taurus here, and it combines with that fixed air. So I think here is going to be a really important crossing point between your karmic path and your future. But in order for that to happen, that's where the work play ethic needs to be in balance. Once you come back down towards your karmic path, you've only got fire and water within you. This is that whole passionate side about life, which you have, Pisces, in abundance. You also have that on your connection to the synchronicities with the world around you. And this is where I think you just don't want to overthink things. Don't overthink things in regards to connections with other people and what your karmic path is sort of producing. It's more of a case of kind of saying, I need to do now in order to open up my karmic path. That's what it seems to be on your financial side, on your relationship side, because that's the only combination we have between the air and earth. And the reason you don't have a great deal of combinations of earth and air is because maybe it's a moment to bring that balance back into your life. The other thing in which we have on your financial side is your connection to the outside world, your networking skills here. This is where you get that mutable air that comes in from Sagittarius. So it's very bubbly, very, very joyful, very astute, very clean thinking, and that's where your mutable waters will allow you to do that. You can play with life here a little bit, and this is where I think you're going to find that valve that gives you that balance back into your life. On your karmic path though, we're back to the water and fire scenario, and they're cardinal. They're really going in a direction. The difference is what we have is this water, this cardinal water gets converted into cardinal earth between your past and your future. And this is about sort of sticking to the fundamental desires and actually putting them into action. So you have air in this one here, earth combining between the past and the future. Earth combining between the past and the future, and the air combining between the here and now and your future. So I think the financial side is going to be a little bit more sort of poignant, a little bit more sort of playing upon your life more than anything else. But at the same time, it's going to bring stability back into your life, I think, with that balance between work and play. What did I say about that side there? The networking, happiness, joy, bring it in, that sort of, that really, precision of joy that you can have, Pisces, in connecting with other people and really starting to manifest something that is, or bringing things into your life that's going to help you to manifest what you want. So it makes life easier for you. And that's where we bring the work and play back into balance. It's all a process. It's about the journey, and that's where this cardinal earth comes into play. It's all about the journey of getting things into place. It's about doing this week. Once you feel good about you and your connection, about where you should be going, you don't need to be passionate about it. You just need to do it. And that's what seems to be playing through more than anything else. With your joy of connecting with other people, it's going to make that journey a lot easier. How is that connection between that fixed air that connects your here and now to your future, which reflects the journey? Look at that. Queen of Cups. Very much a you energy. I think this is where you allow that sort of connection with other people, the networking and synchronicities and so forth. It allows you to be you. And that brings an enormous amount of logic into the progression of your business or your career path or whatever you wish to be doing in the material life. You know, it's going to be enjoyable. That's where the enjoyment comes in. And it's not overthinking things. It's allowing the emotions to flow, which is what you can do enormously. Let's just see what's going on the relationship side with this combination there. You have the Knight of Wands. There's obviously a passionate, this is leading, or I think this stability that's coming back in your financial side, I think that's where the balance is coming back into that life. It frees you up on your fun and your relationship side, so you can see the steps that you need to take with that fixed earth energy, with the Hierophant card. There is a mission that is fed out of those emotions of the Queen of Cups, which all of a sudden, you know the steps that you need to take on this card here. That's the spiritual master of the physical world. And it comes out in that fixed earth energy that comes in from Taurus and getting on and doing. And it sends you off on a great mission in the world around you from within you. All of a sudden, you're knowing now that, yes, you can go ahead and get it, Pisces. Really get your rewards and results. And this is cultivating your future. Let's just see what comes out of that. Bingo. Happiness. You know, and I honestly believe that is where it's going to come from. There's something that's going to happen that's going to send you off on that mission. There's something that's going to happen on your financial side that you're going to make you very excited. It's going to shine a light in your life, a connection with another person, which really does bring in the great results for you on your relationship side, because you have that stability and balance that's brought back into your life. So yeah, there is, it's great happiness to be had, great sort of week to be had. A slight readjustment, I would say, in life to be had this week here. Don't forget, don't bite off more than you can chew, as it were, as that's what energy, the messages that came through from that side there. And don't forget about the I and the us, and not trying to carry the world upon your shoulders. So there you go, Pisces. Don't forget about the energy messages from energy, which we did on the Wednesday night. We've also got the live on Sunday night at 2100 hours at UK time, where question and answers, and collectively within the Astroflower, we find the solutions to everything. So we will see you there on the live. Thanking you very much for your subscription, likes, shares, and all of that malarkey. I will see you soon. In the meantime, don't forget, life should be fun, so please do enjoy.